All right. We're live. Let's get in. All right. Yaga. All right. How you doing, bro? All right. Where are we there? Job. My man, say that.
Next move is the bus. That's really going to kick him in the back.
Oh, yeah. That's going to bust him upside the head. Yes, sir. All right. Nsoromma getting set up.
I wish we had a lower table.
Huh?
If we had a lower table, it would have been dope.
Lower tape. Or
Lower table. This is where it's going. Looking a little dark.
Going, I see. We're going to get them started in a minute, boy.
Vaughn, say, Tracy, go on.
Do mental masturbation. For service.
Those of us that indulge in or commit intellectual violence don't do so for the pleasure of mental masturbation, but ego digging. We do so because it changes an oppression of minds through deep and difficult disagreement. Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye on WHGE 95.3 FM. I'm your third eye optometrist, Patrice Gibbs, joined by our intellectual surgeon, Nsoromma. Good morning, brother.
Yeah.
Here a little early today. What you do? Take vacation from one of your 18 jobs?
19 jobs.
19 jobs. Okay, brother.
Yeah. So, yo, I'm here early.
All right.
Early.
That's what
Hello, Urban.
Yes, indeed.
That's
hey, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Yes, indeed.
It should be Black History Life, but,
you know.
They only want to give us a teeny bit.
Well, like I said, I always tell people, remember that Carter G. Woodson chose February because the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. And it started out as Negro History Week and then evolved into African American or Black History Month. All right. Yes, indeed. Let's start out today with a little Wilmington history. Okay.
Wilmington history?
Wilmington history.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. How many of you know about Mitch Thomas? Okay.
I don't. I've been here for about 40 years. I don't know about him. What's up with him?
And I want to thank the Facebook group, Memories of Wilmington, for posting this, specifically Robert Biddle from the group. I think he's one of the heads of the group.
Thank you, Memories of Wilmington.
That's what it is. Mitch Thomas was Delaware's first black radio disc jockey at Wilmington radio station WTUX in the early 50s.
Right.
He will be among those who will be inducted into the Delaware Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His induction, of course, will be posthumous as he passed away in February of 1999. Not only was Mitch a local radio personality throughout the 1950s and early 1960s,
right,
but he also hosted a Saturday afternoon television dance show on Channel 12 in the late 50s. It was on that Saturday dance show that youngsters from Wilmington invented the dance known as the stroll.
The stroll?
Yes,
I don't even know how to do that. I still don't know.
Man.
You know how to do the stroll?
Hell no.
I know. Who know how to do the stroll?
I know. Boy's cousin, Lonnie was one of the inventors.
Inventors of the stroll?
Yeah, he was one of the ones that was in on coming up with it. Yes, indeed. And Mitch also occasionally emceed at Wilmington's legendary Club Baby Grand.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, remember Mitch Thomas.
Mitch Thomas.
That's word. Mitch Thomas. He was a heck of a dude. I got a quote here from...
Well, we actually making history right now.
Oh, yeah, because we are the only black-owned radio station in Wilmington, Delaware.
WHGE 95.3 FM, you dig?
Yes, indeed.
Get the true information.
Yep, that's what you get. You know what? What I'm going to do right now is...
What?
I'm going to go ahead and get this disclaimer out of the way. All right. Views and opinions expressed on the Open Eye are those of the host.
You tuned in, Zach? What's good, yo? I see you. I gotta come down to Florida and hang out with you, man. Get some of them ice cream joints you be carrying. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing. Hey, yo, and I see you ain't scared because you were always. I'm on you, dog. I'm watching. I'll be there.
WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. All right. Let's start out with a quote from Sister Tracy Johnson.
Hey,
Good morning, Queen.
Morning, Queen. Hey, Sharon.
Tracy said, did you know that when you bring attention to the atrocities committed against African people in this country by sharing history, photographs of them terrorizing us, such as hanging, you are considered an agitator, troublemaker, and race baiter. I won't participate in erasing what has been done to my ancestors.
And do you know they're trying to pass a bill, 666, to make it okay for them to hang black people again? Still, they putting that in effect right now.
Where is it? I think it's in Michigan.
Michigan, I thought it was Missouri.
It might be.
I don't know. I just was.
What they're doing is, when you get the death penalty instead of the legal injection. what they're doing is they're, quote unquote, giving you the choice of the lethal injection or being hung.
Man, come on, man. Yeah. It should be against the law to even just do that now.
You know, it's something that...
I mean, that's just how, you know...
There have been 1903, might have been a little earlier. There have been 200 anti-lynching bills in the U.S. Congress.
Right. Now...
Of those 200, from 1903 until 2021, 200. The 201st bill finally passed, the anti-lynching law. It took over, what's that, 117 years, 118 years for that bill to pass against the lynching of black people.
And then they trying to bring it back up in 2022. Ain't that crazy, man?
Yeah.
And they probably pass it too, because that's what they do.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. That's what
Jerry.
Yes, indeed. Well, you know, one of the things that we like to remind people is that our history did not start with slavery. Slavery interrupted our history. Okay? And one of the things that I saw, which I know a lot of people really trip on this, you know, is the religious slave mentality that our people suffer. Black people will get more emotional over the thought of Jesus dying on the cross than one of our ancestors hanging from a tree.
Now, ain't that crazy?
Yeah, yeah. And then you see things like this. A black man with a PhD in history,
right,
say he's a born-again Christian. I rest my case. Look, I had somebody, when I posted that.
But, you know, we are so easily influenced because we don't know our history that they can give us and feed us anything, and we're thrown in the air to either believe it or not. And a lot of them believe some of these things that's impossible.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Look. And you know, had someone asked me, could I explain how I rest my case on that? What I always tell you, the quote from Dick Gregory, if your slave master was not a Christian or Muslim, don't get that mixed, what would you be? Okay? How could you be a historian and not know the nefarious history of our people and these Christian and Muslim religions? How can you be an historian and not know that? How can you be an historian and not know about the Nicene Creed, about the Council of Nicaea, where Christ was declared divine, where the African Arius the Libyan told him, said, hey, whoa, wait a minute, what are y'all doing? Y'all know we're not actually supposed to believe this mess. They ran him out of there.
Lucky they didn't kill him.
Yeah. Lucky. And here's what's crazy. Now, I'm going to tell you. And the Hebrew Israelites are in on this. People still believe that Ramses II was a villain and failed ruler as depicted in the Bible and in the Ten Commandments.
Right.
Okay? And like I said, the Hebrew Israelites really pushed that with their anti-African foolishness. Okay? All right? And I'm going to tell you about the Ten Commandments. That's one of my favorite movies. I like that movie up to a point. Because, see, the thing is, I'll be careful. Hey, turn that a little bit. I'm a little off there. I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't allow, and I don't have any, but if I had children, I would not allow them to watch the Ten Commandments without them having been prior educated to know that Ramses did not look like you or Grant. Okay? All right? Look, like I said, Ramses was not a villain. Nothing could be further from the truth. All right? This of that history that was before slavery. Known as Ramses the Great and reverently referred to as the great ancestor, which we still do, and for a reason. Ramses was the third pharaoh of the 19th dynasty of Egypt. He is often regarded as the greatest, most celebrated, most powerful pharaoh of the new kingdom of Egypt, itself the most powerful period of ancient Egypt. Now, Ramses was well-renowned as a great builder. Ramses II was vastly fascinated with architecture.
Okay.
He ruled for 66 years. Okay? For some people in that time, Ramses was the only ruler they knew. All right? Now, don't get this mixed up with the European form of rule. Because in the European form of kingship or rulership, all right, the king is the end all. All right? He has the power over life and death and everything. Okay? All the laws and this, that, and the other. All right? That was their way. But Ramses was in Africa. And in Africa, we had what was known as true democracy. So Ramses, as great as he was, and as powerful as he was only powerful by the will of the people. He had to answer to the elders. Okay? Which is something that, we don't understand in this, in this society. Two of his most well-acclaimed works include the gigantic temples of Abu Simbel and the Ramesseum. Both these monuments boast a new style of architecture when it comes to size, design, and complexity. Right? And this is ancient Egypt. What's more, the unique feature that is common to both these temples is the giant statue of Ramses himself, which I saw when I was in Egypt. The Abu Simbel temple was built in Nubia in the southern Egypt, and its splendor can still be witnessed today. Let me tell you something.
What?
When I was in Egypt, one of the things that I found interesting was that a lot of the Arab citizens of Egypt, because, North Africa was taken over by Arabs and what have you, called me Nubian. Okay? When they found out that I was from America, they said, "Oh, you're American. Oh, okay." Now my boy who was there was light-skinned. They called him American. Because he was light enough.
Right.
And what a taxi driver told me, that we refer to you as Nubian because we consider you of the family of the original rulers of Egypt because of your dark skin. That's for all you morons out there thinking that Egypt was a white country. This is the most craziest mess I ever heard. That Europeans came over to Egypt and built up this unbelievable kingdom, okay, while in Europe, they live like savages. Well, why didn't you take all this knowledge you had and build Europe? Because that's a fantasy. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Slavery interrupted our history. Okay? Slavery interrupted our history. WHGE 95.3 FM.
Yeah, okay.
That's the thing. Patrice Gibbs and
Nsoromma in the building.
All right, all right. Let's keep it moving. Oh, wait a minute.
True.
Ooh, sucky hug. Sorry about this, y'all. Oh, shoot, where the music at? Okay. All right, all right.
Roberta, what's up? Sorry, babe. Tia. Yeah, what's good? Steve, what's happening? Jerry, what's up? Yeah, we see y'all. Yo, Zach, most definitely, Christianity is slavery. At some point. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in America right now that they don't even want to show through the media. So, yo, we got to get on point, man, as a people.
Nsoromma just basically just spoke to why we do what we do. You know, because like you said, a lot going on here.
Yeah.
That's what
there's a lot going on in the world that they don't put show through the media because, you know, it's all controlled. So if they say they don't want to see you to show this war that's going over here, you won't see it until,
that's right.
You know. So that's what make America so gullible to what's going on in the world. They got media control.
Media control. That's word. Hundreds of stations owned by 3 corporations.
Right.
That's why we do what we do. You're on the open eye.
True that.
The simple fact that you were fooled and conned doesn't make you an idiot.
Right.
What makes you an idiot is when you blatantly refuse to look at the truth and make the conscious decision to believe the lies. And you're a damn fool then.
Oh, man.
You make a conscious decision to believe the lie. Hey, boy,
I'm going to believe that anyway. I'm going to believe that anyway.
Yep. You know, and you know, I tell you like this. Any religion that professes to be concerned about the souls of men and not concerned about the slums that damn them, the economic conditions that strangle them, and the social conditions that cripple them is spiritually moribund. Okay, awaiting burial. It's spiritually dead. That's a quote from Dr. King, who was a Christian. Okay, and see, here's something that Dr. King and Malcolm X understood about the religions that they practice.
Right.
And this was the lesson from Dr. Clark. If your religion is not an instrument of your liberation, throw it in the trash can of history. Making Jesus black and calling him Yeshua does not make it real. Dipping the mythology in chocolate does not make it. It only demonstrates ignorance. Jesus the Messiah is a myth created by Romans in 325 AD at the Council of Nicaea, like I told you.
And if you don't believe that, ask your Siri or what's that thing they got in the house? Alexa.
Right.
Alexa will tell you who Jesus is.
Yes, it will.
Ask it and see.
That's
you don't believe me.
That's what. All biblical doctrine before this date contained no Messiah. Okay? No Trinity and no Immaculate Conception. Excuse me.
Together.
Research the Nicene Creed, the Council of Nicaea. Christianity was not practiced, and see, this is something that some quote-unquote black Christian historians will say, oh, well, Christianity was practiced in Ethiopia before the Romans. No, that's not true. Okay? Because the Ethiopians didn't start practicing Christianity until 341 AD. Okay? That's after, well, that's 15, 16 years after the Council of Nicaea. All right? Romans created it. Moreover, it was imposed upon them by the Roman Empire. See, a huge part of white supremacy and white culture is about interfering in the affairs of black people.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they think that we're or their concern.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
They think they can make decisions for us. You know.
And you know, like you said, think they can make decisions for us. You know, when we had our own thing going, all they needed to do was leave us alone. We were capable of handling our affairs and doing what we needed to do for us. But the ideal that we were advancing was so absurd, yeah, and scary to them, and still is. You know, that's where you got things like these, you know, places like Black Wall Street burned down, Rosewood, the Red Summer of 1919, where, you know, many of our communities that were thriving were destroyed by whites. So, you know, and one of the things that...
You see, they was just getting ready to destroy Whoopi.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's like, shut up, or you're done.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did Whoopi do? She apologized. I said last week, Whoopi, you had nothing to apologize for because you were right.
But,
you know,
But
society demands different.
Right.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. It really is. You know. And I tell you,
except the fact that they go, oh, I was wrong. Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
I don't.
Oh man. And you hear about Dave Chappelle?
No, what happened to Dave?
Okay. And this speaks to why we have to have our own. Okay? Dave Chappelle is being criticized for blocking affordable housing in his community. Now, the so-called black publications, online publications, The Root, and what's the other one? The Griot, okay? They're running this story. Dave Chappelle blocks affordable housing in his community.
Only to make him look bad. They ain't say nothing about him contributing $1 million to help housing.
Right.
And the low income.
Right.
They ain't say nothing about that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So,
And they didn't say anything about why he blocked this effort by these developers to build so-called affordable housing. See, I understand with The Root and The Griot.
oh, to bring his value property down.
No, it wasn't about the property value.
Right.
Okay. First, let me address The Root and The Griot.
Okay.
The Root and The Griot, so-called black publications online,
Right.
are owned by white people. Okay? And these white people do not like black men that show leadership, that stand up for themselves,
Right.
that stand up for their community. And the last thing, especially The Root, that they do not like are heterosexual black men. If you don't have a measure of moisture in you,
You call it moisture.
moisture. Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Okay. The Root actually put out an article that said that black men are the oppressors of black women in our community. Okay?
Wow.
Because they said that, you know, all these black men with this heterosexual masculinity is toxic. So they sure as hell don't like Dave Chappelle. Toxic. They call it, toxic black masculinity. If you don't have a measure of moisture in you, then you're toxic. Y'all go to hell, man. And I'm going to tell you about Dave Chappelle.
With some burning drawers on.
Yeah, we go to hell with burning drawers on. That with gasoline drawers on.
I couldn't even boot that.
That's what it is.
Oh,
See,
my God.
the reason Dave Chappelle blocked this development deal,
Right.
is because the housing wasn't affordable housing. These houses, that was on the back end of the deal. And that the affordable housing will come eventually down the road once they establish the community that they were trying to establish, where the houses were anywhere from $250,000 to $300,000.
Right.
That's not affordable housing. Okay? All right? So Dave Chappelle said, hold up, I see what y'all doing. First of all, your plan was thrown together lackadaisically and just up for some quick profit. All right? Second of all, you're not providing affordable housing. What you're doing is you're calling it affordable housing so you can get some money in your pocket real fast. No, get out of my community with that. And I don't blame you. And you black people out there that are out there saying, oh yeah, he blocked affordable housing without doing any research
Right.
on what actually was going on, shut up until you get your damn your facts straight.
They don't do that.
No.
They get a whiff of it and run with it and don't know none of the story.
That's word.
Yeah.
I seen a brother say, well, see, what's going on here is Dave Chappelle is rich and it's classism, you know, which is racism. And so he's racist against his own people or poor people. Yo, dude, do some research. Go to hell. Shut up. That dumb mess.
Boop. Oh,
All
I
right.
thought a boop was this.
Now, I'm going to tell you something about classism, okay, which Americans are really stupid about, especially poor whites. You know, I wouldn't feel sorry for you if you weren't such a nasty ass racist.
Ooh, I missed it.
Look, attacking the rich is not envy, it's self-defense. Okay, we have been in class warfare. The hoarding of wealth is the cause of poverty. The rich are just indifferent to poverty. They create it and maintain it. All right? How about this? No more billionaires. No. After you reach 999 million, every rich cent should go to schools, healthcare, infrastructure, building up the country. And then you, as 900 and making up 999 million, you get a trophy that say you won capitalism, and we'll name a dog park after your sorry ass, greedy bastards. That's right. Now, some other things. Like my man said, there's a whole lot going on.
It's a whole lot going on.
Jeez Louise, there's a whole lot going on, babe.
You won't believe it. The truck is shutting down.
Yeah.
The transport. So if you order something online, don't expect your package no time soon, most likely, because you're not going to get it.
Nope.
You know.
And guess where it started at?
Where?
Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Canadians said, you know what, we got the unity to shut down this trucking. See what happens when you're organized? See, that's the thing. We're not outsmarted. We're not outgunned. We're not outfinanced. We're outorganized.
Right.
We're not organizing.
And that's what they hate the most. If we come together and organize,
Woo!
oh my God. I mean, that's when changes can come about just for that period of time.
Right.
You know, they don't really never take us seriously until that unity comes about.
Mm-hmm.
Black, white, Hispanic, everybody come together for the one cause, and that's what it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, like you said, there's a whole lot going on. And I'm going to tell you, I get packages from FedEx. And
Right.
FedEx, you can come around my neighborhood and not worry about getting shot at, unlike the brother in Mississippi. Okay? 2 white men chased and shot at a black FedEx driver.
What? Yeah. See, that's where you're supposed to have your heat at. You have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. If he'd have took and responded on a self-defense, just protecting himself so he can go home to his family.
Right.
Because, yo.
Yeah, he's delivering
He
packages.
killed them. It would have been a different story.
It would have been a different story.
A FedEx man goes crazy.
You
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So this media that they have, man, it's crazy, man.
That's word. And see, you know, okay, let me give you the story here.
Protect yourself, man.
A black Federal Express driver says he was shot at by a white man during his shift.
Wow.
The 24-year-old man has given pictures to the authorities of the vehicle he was using for the delivery, showing the bullet holes from the shooting. Now, this article says from the alleged shooting. It wasn't alleged, it happened.
They always say alleged when it's white people.
That's word.
And he did it when it's black. That's the news. You got to hear the language.
That's word.
You know, that's what convicts us the most. You know, their language in this media.
That's word. Now, the father and son duo, does that sound familiar?
Yeah, they come in duos.
Yeah.
The trio.
Mark Ivory, the McGregors, whoever they were, that shot Mark Ivory. This was a
trio. Ain't nobody recorded?
No, they ain't recorded. All right. Now, after he finally got away from them,
right?
All right, they chased him to the interstate, and about 10-15 minutes on the interstate.
What? Oh,
yeah.
He definitely should have. Listen.
Now,
I almost said something.
I heard that. He called his manager at FedEx and told him what happened.
He was supposed to call some of his hood dudes. Yo, Bouquet.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe yo.
Yeah.
And yo, you know what I'm saying? That's where that come in at.
That's where that come in at. Now, his FedEx manager said, "Well, are you all right?" He was like, "Well, yeah, I'm all right, but you know, hey, I'm shook."
Okay, go ahead and finish that run. Go ahead and finish that route because you ain't that. You okay? You okay?
Exactly.
You okay?
That's what he told me.
Now he's supposed to sue.
Go ahead and finish your run.
He's supposed to sue the job.
Yep.
Period.
That's word.
I mean,
and check this out. So he says, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call the cops myself." So he called the cops. All right. And the cops say, yeah, okay. Well, we got a call that something suspicious happened in the area that you were in. So did you do anything to make yourself suspicious or, to bother these white men? Are you kidding? He was doing his job delivering packages, and they said, ooh, there go one, let's get him.
See, and you get these police officers by putting a lien on their firearm permit.
Right.
I mean, you don't argue with them when they treat you like that. You make them lose their job for about 4 or 5 months and put a lien on it and put it in litigations to go to court and talk about and discuss this situation. It's just they get that authority and then think they can brush stuff under the rug for their own kind, and that's not right.
That's what.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what. Now, D. Montario Gibson, the brother that was shot at, he said before he called the office again to talk to a different manager, who told him they'll file a police report in the morning. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's why he went ahead and called himself.
He'd be sued. Everybody that directed me to do something other than help me call the police, I'm going out.
That's what.
That's simple.
Now, when he called the cops, like I said, they dispatch asked him, did you do something that was, suspicious?
Yeah,
no.
I'm getting ready to go in there and kill everybody in the house.
Yeah, he did something suspicious. He showed up black. That was the suspicion. He showed up black.
Wow.
So all this is going on, and you know what FedEx did?
What?
They put until the investigation is done, they put the brother on unpaid leave.
See, that's why I would definitely go after that corporation.
That's what. And when the cops did, 8 days later, 8 damn days, a whole week later, when they finally did arrest these racist morons,
right,
vigilantes,
right,
all right, they charged them with aggravated assault. Okay. Am I mixed up here?
First of all, it was attempted murder, I thought.
Exactly. That's what I said. Am I mixed up here?
They always downplay things, man, and then give black people the worstest and the most stern punishment there is. You hungry and you go in there and steal a Snickers bar and you get 50 years.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you talking about? I mean, them judges should be going after
a big time.
They are the cause of this.
Of course.
It's just messy, man. That's messy.
Aggravated assault. This is somebody shot at the man. This is called attempted
if that was happening to
murder.
their kids, man, they would never put up with that.
Heck no.
And we shouldn't either. That's what I'm saying.
No, we
should not put up with that, period.
Yes. We should not. Not at all.
Right.
Case in point. Amir Locke. Now, I want to be clear. It doesn't matter that Amir Locke was law-abiding, had no criminal record, and had a permit to carry a gun. Even if any or all those things weren't true, he still wouldn't have deserved to be executed by Minneapolis SWAT in a botched raid. This was murder. Another one of those no-knock warrants. Okay.
But if you seen the video, because I've seen the video, and they circle the gun, showing you that he had the gun. But as a gun owner and a gun user, I seen that he didn't have the gun in ready position. His finger wasn't even on the trigger. He still was on safe mode to see who it was coming in this house.
That's right.
And when he lifted up, they didn't see that. You always look at the finger and trigger point of the firearm and see if the person is in position and ready to shoot.
Right.
If he's not, his finger would be above the trigger. You know what I'm saying? And that's where his finger was. So why did they shoot?
That's right.
You know what I mean? They had no reason.
They had no reason.
No reason at
9
all
seconds.
to shoot. Period.
9 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I seen
5,
that you ain't have your finger on the trigger for that whole 9 seconds.
9. Boom.
Now why I'm gonna do that?
Now why I'm gonna do that? And not only
I could have talked to you also that whole 9 seconds. I could have said, "Yo, put your gun down, get against the floor," whatever they saying. You know what I'm saying? So,
and they had some kind of bypass key to get in the house, so it wasn't one of those situations where
the landlord gave him the key.
Right.
The
Yeah.
landlord let him in.
Right. Where you boom bam and kicked the door in and made a whole lot of noise. You came in and then hollered at the man. He don't know who these people are. Now check this out. What some of these racist fools said.
Wow.
Okay. Well, then he should watch the company he keep, because he stayed over somebody's house, and that somebody, no, they were at the wrong house, okay? And now, so let me get this straight.
Yo.
If I'm hanging out with somebody, do I need their credentials?
You know,
okay?
You know what they call that, though? Casualties of war.
Yeah, yeah. So do I need to know if you ever been to jail?
Collateral damage.
So I need to know if you ever been to jail before I can hang out with you. Okay? I hang out with my cousins and my family and my nephews. You know, some people have been in trouble and what have you. So I can't hang out with...
And the same people that saying that it got criminal uncles and brothers and sisters that they hang around and be around.
All the damn time.
Criminal themselves.
That's right.
So, you know, that's just crazy,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. Now, another crazy thing is, you know, this is where is this city? Minneapolis. That where, what's the brother's name? I can't think of his name, but, the sister, Breonna Taylor? Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay, but at any rate, the mayor of Minneapolis, when Jacob Fry, I want you to remember him, okay, he had put a moratorium, or promised to put a moratorium on no-knock warrants when he was running for office. And that was all over his website. Okay? You sorry son of a bitch. You took that all down when this no-knock warrant came and murdered this innocent black man. I'll be there.
And my thing is, we're in NRA. Where are they at? Where are the gun people that is really, where are they at? Speaking of, if it was a white boy with that same credentials, they will be all over this. So where are you NRA members and affiliates at? You know, that's what had me so mad. And you can see the racism and all of this, and you participating and you paying your $50 or $120 a month, and you get no help and no response from these organizations and stuff. Yeah. You know, so that's really ignorant.
Big time. Where was the NRA? The National Rifle Association. Okay? Oh, look. The National Rifle Association
permits now, and we're supposed to be the ones that's responsible. You know, that's crazy.
National Rifle Association, Negroes Reserve Acceptance. That's what that stands for. Negroes Reserve Acceptance. That's what it needs to be called. Let's see. Look, do your research. Look up the history of the NRA. Oh, they were for gun control.
For them.
For them.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you can't beat them, you join them.
Right.
Right? So Bugs Bunny always said that. And it always came through on it. So that's the... Listen, if we don't arm ourselves properly, get the right licensings and all the proper documents that it causes for you to be able to take care of yourself and your family, yeah, we'll be destroyed.
Doggone right.
You know? Right. So it's all about being ready. I ain't saying I want it to happen. I'm saying it may happen.
Right.
And
if it does
happen, you have to be ready.
You got to be prepared.
You have to be prepared. I was blessed to be a Boy Scout. A Boy Scout is taught to have 2 of each.
Okay.
You know? So in a situation, you have to be prepared. That's the whole thing with it.
Yep. That's what. Well, of course, I didn't make it past the Cub Scouts.
I got to be a Boy Scout late too. You know, some of us got that, and most of us that didn't get that don't know the survival traits of this society.
Right.
And they was teaching us that, you know, and you know.
But I was in the military.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got it another way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some of them don't get it anyway. But from us, like they listening to us and getting the information. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's right. You know, and like my man said, be prepared. Yeah. Richard Williams said, those that fail to plan, plan to fail.
Man.
WHGE 95.3 FM.
Y'all got good. All right. Yo, y'all got Nate. What's good? What up, bro? Nothing chillin'. Buckers, what's happening? Hey, yo, we got to do a video with the car, too. I got some ideas. I got to let you know. I'm coming up with another video. So, yeah. Hey, yo. Tracy. Oh, right. NRA, what is it, crickets? Oh, yeah, it's crickets then, most definitely. Yeah. Niece, what's good? Yeah,
Dove and I, WHGE 95.3 FM. I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma in the building.
Hey.
Yeah.
D.L. Hewley said,
What?
one of the worst places for a black man to live, or a black person to live, is in the white person's imagination.
Wow. And he killed him with that one.
Yes, he did.
Oh, my God.
Yes, he did. You know, it makes me think of Chris Rock. I don't know how this is related or why I even thought of it.
Right.
But when the last mass shooting happened, Chris Rock put up a picture of a well-known white actress, Betty White. Yeah. Well, Florida advances a bill that they've been signed into law that makes it illegal to make white people feel bad about racism. And that ain't no joke. So if you make white people uncomfortable about racism, they can sue you. The bill would ban public schools and private businesses from inflicting discomfort on white people during lessons or training about discrimination.
So what about the black people that's been racist against? Does that bill go for them too? Can we sue the white people for doing what they done to us?
Well, we're supposed to be
does that same
with
bill
racism
backfire on them? And we put the petition in instead of the white person? So if all black people went and put in a petition right now, I mean, what's up with that? How could that flip for the better for black people?
Well, I tell you what, it makes me think of the danger of being black during segregation. Because a white woman could look at you and say, uh-oh, I'm scared. And say, that black man looked at me in a way that made me very uncomfortable.
Right.
And the next thing you know, they breaking down your door, dragging you off to be lynched.
Right. Or killed.
Or killed.
Yeah. In your house. They ain't dragging you nowhere. Just come in and kill you.
And just come in and kill you. Just come in and kill you.
It's a different America right now. And if we, as a people, don't stand up to what's going on, it's gonna be a third world country.
I think it already
here.
Yeah.
It's not third world country here because I'm still nice.
Okay.
You know, when it's a third world country, you're not gonna see nice people and nice guys, and, you know, and females. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on. And that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
And basically, what you're saying, when the poor run out of food, they're gonna start eating the rich.
And when the rich run out of food, it's gonna be chaos in the world. I mean, when this thing fall all the way to everybody being the same, because your money is not gonna make a difference when them lead hollow tips is flying at you. You know what I'm saying? Or when you got a gang of people coming in, running in your house to get some food. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You got to be prepared, period. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
it's crazy.
Well, see, you know, this all ties in with what Republicans want to do. Republicans want to dismantle and destroy the Federal Department of Education.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
This was what Betsy DeVos, who was Trump's Secretary of Education.
Right.
You know, this was what the reason for her being in there was to dismantle the Department of Education. Because an educated people cannot be controlled. Okay? If you're educated and you understand the politics and the nature of the crap that they're putting down, it makes it that much more difficult. See, you're not educated to think. You're educated to remember and to obey.
Right.
All right? You go to hell, I don't know if they a damn thing. Y'all crazy. That's what, and that's why, you know, they come up with this thing. You know, well, of course, this is all against these, you know, the phony fight against critical race theory, which is absolutely phony.
And it was the lady. It was what's the white lady name that actually told all the white people, if you want to feel like a black person, you want to be treated like a black person, put your hand up.
Or stand up.
Yeah, or stand up.
Yeah, Jane Elliott.
And no one stood up.
No.
Now, and that's the way it is right now in the society. All this stuff is going on to a certain nationality, and the world, other nationalities, is not standing up for the cruel treatment of
black people.
Right.
Okay.
So they're part of it too.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
If you ain't standing up and not wanting this to fall into your lap and fall onto your kids, because that's what's going to happen.
Right. Don't think they're going to stop with us.
Don't think that. Don't think
That's
that
word.
it's going to end here.
Right.
It's going to go on and keep continuing until, you know, we stop it.
Right. That's word. Like I said, don't think it's going to stop with us. And see, what you know, it's something about Jane Elliott. She sacrificed a lot. Okay. She gets death threats.
Almost definitely.
Her husband lost his job. Her children caught hell in school. You know, all because she spoke up for what was right.
Right.
Okay. You know what? I think I got something. I don't know if I brung this or not about doing what's right.
Right.
Okay. Where's this dude at? I didn't bring it. All right, but I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, okay. I got one. About doing what's right.
That's crazy, man.
It is, man. It's sure as heck is. All right. Well, there's one dude that did something was right. This is a little history. Colonel Shaw led the first all-black Union Army unit. When he died, Confederates refused to return his body, putting him in a mass grave with his men, intended as an insult for leading black soldiers. But his father responded, "We can imagine no holier place than that which he lies in, among his brave and devoted men, nor wish him better company." Stand up for what's right. You know, which is something that, you know, even some of our people are afraid to do. Some of our
politicians, some of the people that's in position. Yeah, man.
You know, case in point. Now, there's a lie going around that was pushed actually by right-wing politicians, right-wing racist politicians.
Right.
Okay. The Biden administration wants to renew putting out the drug safety packages that give drug addicts clean needles and what have you. And white racists say, and they including crack pipes. They give them crack pipes.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They don't want to. They want to take out the history of black people in schools, and then give them crack pipes.
Well, wait a minute. Like I said,
Yo,
that was not true. They were not putting crack pipes in these care packages to keep people from getting AIDS from dirty needles.
Wow.
Okay, look, a crack pipe costs 50 cents. Ain't nobody giving out crack pipes. That's a lie.
For that to be the media top news, and that's what I'm saying. They deflecting right now.
Right.
They deflecting what's going on in the world for real, and they're gonna talk about crack pipes.
Right.
This is a life and death situation. The world getting ready to be World War III tomorrow, maybe, and they talking about. You want to get on a crack pipe?
Yep.
You want some crack pipes? Come on.
That's word. That's word. You know?
That's great.
Now, in 1968,
What?
during the height of the Civil Rights Movement, when it was after the hot summer of '67,
Right.
okay, Lyndon Johnson, who was president, constituted the Colonel Commission to identify the genesis of the riots of 1967. Riots that killed 43 in Detroit, 26 in Newark, while causing fewer casualties in 23 other cities. Pent-up frustration boiled over, and many poor African-American neighborhoods during the mid to late 60s, setting off riots that rampaged out of control from block to block. Okay? Now, the way the media was spinning it at the time was that, you know, black people was just going off, you know, and not being patient and not listening to Dr. King and what have you. All right? Okay.
Wow.
The Kerner Commission said, oh, the reason for these uprisings, the reasons for these riots is white racism. That's what they basically said. It's white racism. That's what is causing this unrest. Okay? And you know, white society is deeply implicated in the ghetto. White institutions created it. White institutions maintain it. White society condones it. The Kerner Commission warned, so divided that the United States was poised for fracture into two radically unequal societies, one black, one white. The Kerner Commission got it right, but guess what? They swept it under the rug because they don't want the reality of how these things came about to be actually known. Let me tell y'all something, because we coming around here.
I can't believe they want to be able to sue me because I make you feel sad for hanging my fellow brother and sisters. Just think about that. And
think about where it's going.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Because if you get sued in one of these situations, and you don't turn over your assets, who's going to come confiscate? This is about confiscating. They're going to confiscate your ass. You don't give up your assets, the cops come into your house with the people that, you know.
So-called sushi.
Yeah, and whose feelings is hurt. And if you don't let the cops in to get your assets, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to shoot you.
Or shoot you.
Okay?
Lock you or shoot you. They rather lock you now because they get more money. They get like $1,500 a day or something for you being locked up in the prisons nowadays. $1,500 a day? Yo, man, do the math on that.
That's word.
Yo.
See, you know what? Black people don't perform critical analysis on things sometimes. All the while making BS statements about it ain't that deep, it ain't that serious. This is that serious.
And it's that deep.
And it's that deep. Pay attention to detail, because there's levels to this thing.
Yes.
Okay? Now, listen to this, and I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. To start a revolution, the proper steps have to be taken. The rules of revolution are vision, planning, clarity of purpose, collective trust, and most importantly, unity. These have been the ingredients of every successful revolution. Furthermore, there must be dedication to the point of ruthlessness. You must be ruthless in your support of our people and community. That means paying attention to what Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. Right? Hence, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance. And that's what we got to do. We can't keep, look, power concedes nothing without force. And we can't keep begging people who have no moral conscience
to do the right thing.
To do the right thing.
Right, because they're not.
Because they're not. Because they're not. This is the Open Eye on WHGE 95.3 FM.
I'm Nsoromma.
I'm Patrice Gibbs. I hope you caught our ad online. If you have, make sure that you share it.
What?
There's a lot of people really enjoy it. That's right. All right. Well, we actually come a couple of minutes over.
Oh, we over? I thought we just was reaching this point.
No. We done turned over and did and got up. Destiny determines who enters your life, but you decide who stays. Therefore, value those who value you, and don't treat those as a priority.
Who treat you as an option.
The Dope and I.
I'm Nsoromma.
Patrice Gibbs.
WHGE 95.3 FM.
Join us next week.
Y'all. Yo, what's good, y'all? Yo, y'all was honest today. I couldn't even read some of the stuff you was saying. Yo, Jeremy, yo, how you pronounce my man name?
Jardea.
Jardea. Yeah, yo. I don't know. He said he hope it's right, so he don't know either. Yeah, but yo, y'all was dropping. I couldn't say nothing really because he was doing all the talking. You know what I mean? Yo, niece, what's good? Hey, yo, baby, here you go. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. And thanks for your support. Nsoromma streaming all platforms. Dig it.
Hey. Like my brother said, thanks for joining us. Glad for all the responses and what have you. Yo, we hope you learned something because we did before we got here, and that's what we try to teach to y'all. All right, big ups. Be there next week. Peace.
Peace.